Hello and welcome to episode 102 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would talk about this really beautiful change that happens in a bunch of songs. And sometimes we don't even realize it's happening, but it's there. I'll give you an example. We'll do it in E flat. And basically what it is the major to the relative minor with the 7 in the bass to the minor with the 6 in the bass. So if we're in E flat, it would be like E flat major, D diminished, relative minor is C minor, walk down again with the 7 in the bass, so C minor 7, and then walk down again a half step, which puts an A in the bass, which gives you that C minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. So, or as we know it sometimes as A minor 7 flat 5. So a minor 7 flat 5 is a minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. But this happens a lot. So the bass line would be E flat, D, C, B flat, and then A. Now there's some spots where this happens that are obvious, and there are spots where this happens where it's not so obvious. So for instance, if I was playing, let's say, I Remember You, the last part of I Remember You is to 4 major. Right here. The thrill of it all. But right after this half diminished, it goes to 4 minor. Then I will tell them I remember you. It happens right there. It also happens, so I Remember You, it happens at the end. It happens in How High the Moon or Ornithology, like in G. So it says, right there is where it happens. So once you hit the E flat, because then you're going to walk down again until you get to the A half diminished to the D7 to go to G minor the first time. The second time it goes to G major. But it happens there. But the place where I was kind of interested in talking about where it happens is in a spot that I bet you haven't thought of, or you wouldn't have thought to use it. Let's say we were playing Autumn Leaves in the key of B flat. So we know the chords are the autumn leaves, C minor to F7, to B flat major, to E flat major, and then to A half diminished, to D7, going to G minor. But what you don't realize is you could probably throw that in there. So if we said, there it is right there, E flat, walking it down to the A half diminished. So that's a really little interesting spot. So if you're comping, you could say, sounds so pretty there. Try it again. It sounds so pretty. So that is a beautiful spot. Now what I like to do is maybe construct lines around that. So I might throw in this diminished and then continue this whole thing as that. Once it hits the C, I might continue that whole thing as C minor 6 diminished. So for instance, if we were playing so I played that whole thing as E flat to the diminished, now C minor, now maybe C minor, which would be, in this instance, as Barry people, we know this is F7 down to the 3rd of D, into G minor. So that's a nice way to think of it. me try that one. So. It's nice. You just throw that in with the diminished. It's really beautiful. But it's this move. And it happens in quite a few songs. But you're going to find that when you go from the major through the diminished to the relative minor with the 7 in the bass, then to the minor with the 6 in the bass. It happens in so many songs. I think there's a video of Barry talking about it, and it happens in I Love You, it happens in Cole Porter's I Love You. It happens in a whole bunch of songs, even in right at the beginning of Like Someone in Love. If we were playing in an E flat. So, dee-dum, let's see. Da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee da. It happens right in the beginning of that one. So that's a nice one too. And you have a little longer time to play that. That's like 2 beats a piece of everything, which is nice. So again, the thing I was doing in the beginning is just 1 beat a piece. This is 2 beats a piece. So it's just these beautiful little in-between movements that you don't really think of playing. I know if I were playing normally Autumn Leaves, I would play the same thing. F7, up and down, B flat major up, E flat major up, and then right away I would start with the F7 up and down to the 3rd of D. So that's a nice move, that's beautiful. But when I'm soloing, I don't know if I would think to play that little spot with the E flat. Let me try to do one. Let's see. Let me try it again. Oh man. Let me try a better example. Okay, let's try that one. So let's see. Nice one. How about, let's see. Oh. That's what I meant to do, the other diminished. But I mean, you see, it has me thinking too, man, I don't even really play that. I really need to play that. Let's see. That's a nice one. Oh man, there's so many nice ways to do it. So let's see. Wow. So you can get there from here. See, most of us would play the phrase, and then we'll play a B flat major phrase, and then maybe an E flat, which is nice, running E flat into that D7, which is really pretty. But this is nice because this is adding this diminished. Wow, it's really beautiful. So it's just a quick video on that little move, which is a major, the diminished, right below it on the major 7, going to the relative minor, which would be in this case C minor, with a 7 in the bass, flat 7 in the bass, make it C minor 7, then with a 6 in the bass, which makes it A half diminished. It's such a beautiful beautiful change, and it's really like a beautiful way to look at things. And these little ways to look at things is where a lot of these, like sometimes you'll transcribe Bird or Bud Powell, and they'll come up and you're saying, how did they come up with these notes? Why? I know what scale more or less they're using, but why did they choose those specific notes? And a lot of times it has to do with they understand these little movements that happen in between. Well, Barry certainly does. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little quick lesson on that little move that actually none of us really played, which we really should. So until next time.